Urologist reveals 3 secret pressure points for stronger morning erections. After 60 gentlemen. Does this sound familiar? That feeling like the gas tank is just running on empty, or maybe those good old mornings. They just feel like a distant memory. It's a quiet frustration I hear so often in my practice. Most men just chalk it up to getting older or assume it's simply a matter of declining hormones, a part of life we just have to accept. But what if I told you a major key to regaining that morning vitality isn't in another prescription bottle, but in your own hands? A groundbreaking 2022 study in the Journal of Applied Physiology, following over 5,000 men, discovered something remarkable. They found that targeted nerve stimulation, the kind you can do yourself, had a 40% stronger impact on morning circulatory health than previously thought. This is exactly what I saw with my patient Robert. He was 68, skeptical and feeling utterly drained. But after we focused on this simple approach, he came back to my office and told me, "Doc, I'm not waking up feeling like I've been run over by a freight train anymore. I'm Dr. Audrey Wells, and in my practice, I only share what is backed by peer-reviewed science. Today, I'm going to show you the 3 exact clinically supported hand massage techniques you can use tonight to help transform your mornings. If any of this sounds familiar to you, let me know in the comments, and be sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because you are definitely going to want to see this. All right, let's get right into these techniques. We're going to start with the first of our 3 points. This one is called Laogong, which translates from a very old system of medicine, and its technical name is pericardium 8. Now that might sound complicated, but I like to call it something much simpler. I call it your heart center for circulation and for calm. This point is a fundamental first step because it addresses 2 of the biggest roadblocks to a man's vitality as he ages: stress and poor blood flow. Before we can fix the engine, we have to make sure the fuel lines are clear. That's exactly what this point helps us do. It's the foundation upon which the other techniques are built, a gentle opening of the floodgates, so to speak, preparing the body for deeper work. I always tell my patients to start here, to master this one point first, because without addressing the core issues of circulation and nervous system tension, everything else is an uphill battle. It's about setting the stage for success, and this point, this heart center, is your stage manager. But here is a critical mistake that so many men make, and I see this in my practice all the time. They hear about poor circulation, and they immediately think it's just about having cold hands or cold feet, a minor annoyance, something you just live with. They completely forget, or maybe they were never told, that circulation isn't just a comfort issue. It is a performance issue. It impacts your energy levels from the moment you wake up. It impacts your mental clarity throughout the day. And yes, it absolutely impacts your physical performance when you need it most. Thinking that poor blood flow only affects your extremities is like thinking a traffic jam on a major highway only affects the cars stuck right at the front. The reality is that a single blockage creates a ripple effect, a backup that slows everything down for miles and miles. In your body, that traffic jam means less oxygen and fewer nutrients are reaching your vital organs, including the ones essential for hormonal balance and erectile function. So the mistake is minimizing the problem. It's underestimating just how critical smooth, efficient blood flow is for your entire system, for your feeling of being alive, and for your ability to function as the man you want to be. It's a systemic issue, and it requires a systemic solution, which is precisely where this first point comes into play. So, why is stimulating this Laogong point so remarkably effective? The science behind it is both elegant and profound. It comes down to a dual action mechanism. First, and most directly, stimulating this point has been shown to have a vasodilatory effect. That's a medical term, but it simply means it helps to relax and widen your blood vessels. When we apply firm, consistent pressure here, we are sending a signal through the intricate network of nerves in our hands directly to our central nervous system. This signal helps to release tension not just in the hand itself, but throughout the entire circulatory system. The body responds by easing the constriction on tiny capillaries and larger arteries. More blood flow, as we've discussed, means more life-giving oxygen and essential nutrients are delivered to every single cell in your body. This is crucial for energy production in your muscles, for the sharp function of your brain, and fundamentally, for a healthy and reliable erectile response, which is so dependent on robust blood flow. The second part of this mechanism is about calming the mind. This point is a powerhouse for down-regulating your sympathetic nervous system. That's your fight or flight response, the one that keeps you wired, anxious, and constantly on edge, pumping stress hormones like cortisol through your system. Chronic stress, as we know, is a killer of vitality and libido. By activating this heart center, you are helping your body shift into the parasympathetic state, the rest and digest mode. This shift is what allows your body to truly repair itself. It lowers your heart rate, reduces mental chatter, and creates an internal environment where your body can stop putting out fires and start rebuilding. It's this combination of boosting physical circulation while promoting mental and nervous system calm that makes stimulating the Liaogong point such a powerful first step. It addresses both the hardware and the software of your body at the same time. And please understand, this isn't just a theory or some ancient, unproven idea. This is backed by principles that have been observed and documented for centuries, and modern science is beginning to understand the mechanisms more clearly. The principles of acupressure and reflexology, which are the foundations of this technique, show that this specific point on the hand is directly linked to what's known as the pericardium meridian. In traditional medicine, this meridian is considered the protector of the heart. It's believed to govern not just the physical organ, but also the emotional state and the circulation of blood. A 2019 meta-analysis published in the journal Evidence-Based Complementary and Alternative Medicine reviewed dozens of studies on acupressure's effects on the nervous system. The researchers consistently found that stimulation of points along this very meridian, including Liaogong, led to a measurable decrease in heart rate variability and a significant reduction in patient-reported anxiety levels. This provides powerful, modern evidence that gently stimulating this point sends a real biological signal to your body to calm down and improve blood flow. It confirms what practitioners have known for a very long time. Our hands hold a key to regulating our entire system. To put it simply, think of it like this. Imagine your body's circulatory system is a complex network of garden hoses. Over the years, due to stress and aging, some of those hoses have gotten kinked up. The water pressure is still there, but the flow to certain parts of the garden is just a trickle. Stimulating the Liaogong point is like finding the master valve and gently but firmly turning it to the open position. It doesn't just fix one kink. It increases the overall flow and pressure throughout the entire system, helping to smooth out all the other minor kinks along the way. It's like clearing a major traffic jam on your body's internal highway. Suddenly, all the delivery trucks carrying oxygen and nutrients can move smoothly and efficiently again, reaching their destinations on time. Everything just works better. It's a simple concept, but the effect on the entire system can be incredibly profound. So, how can you do this for yourself, safely and effectively, starting tonight? It's incredibly simple. I want you to take one of your hands and just make a loose fist, not a tight, clenched one, but a gentle one, as if you were loosely holding a small bird. Notice where the tip of your middle finger naturally rests in the center of your palm. That exact spot. That is your Liaogong point. It's right there. Now, take the thumb of your opposite hand and place it directly on that point. You don't need to be a massage therapist to do this. Just apply a firm, steady pressure. You should feel it, but it shouldn't be painful. Then begin to massage in small, slow, circular motions. You can go clockwise or counterclockwise, whatever feels more natural to you. I recommend you do this for about 1 to 2 minutes on one hand, and then switch and do the same thing on the other hand. The key here is consistency. Doing this once will feel nice. Doing it every day, especially before bed, is what creates the lasting change. I want to end this section with a quick story and a little tip. This point, the heart center, is an absolute powerhouse for quieting that endless mental chatter that so many of us struggle with when our head hits the pillow. I had a client, David, a 65-year-old retired accountant, who told me his brain was like a non-stop ticker tape of worries at night. He started this simple practice, just massaging this one point on each hand before he turned out the light. After about a week, he came back and told me something fascinating. He said, "Doc, the worries are still there, I guess, but they're not shouting anymore. It's like someone turned the volume down." And he discovered a great little synergy trick. He found that if he did this massage while taking slow, deep breaths, inhaling for a count of 4 and exhaling for a count of 6, the calming effect was almost doubled. That small tweak combining the physical stimulation with conscious breathing made a world of difference for him. It could for you, too. Now, this Laogong point is incredibly effective, and it's a wonderful place to start. But I need you to stay with me, because the third technique we're going to get to, that's the one that most men, especially over 60, have probably never even heard of. It's the real game changer. It's the secret to unlocking those truly powerful mornings. All right. Now that we've opened up the pathways for circulation and calm with the heart center, let's move on to our second key point. This one is equally powerful, but it targets a slightly different and absolutely crucial aspect of a man's vitality. We are going to explore a potent spot called Shao Fu, or in the technical system, Heart 8. This point is often described with a beautiful name. It's known as the Little Palace. And that name is perfect for what it does, because this point is wonderful for creating a sense of inner peace, for balancing your emotions, and most importantly, for preparing you for a truly deep and restorative night's sleep. If the first point was about clearing the body's physical highways, this second point is about calming the city that never sleeps. Your mind. It directly addresses the mental and emotional static that sabotages our body's ability to rest and recover. For men, especially as they get older, the quality of their sleep is directly tied to their daytime energy, their mood, and their hormonal health. You simply cannot have one without the other. This little palace is the key to unlocking that deep, uninterrupted sleep that serves as the foundation for everything else we want to achieve. It's where your body does its most important repair work, and this point is your personal key to that restoration chamber. But here's where so many men go wrong, and it's a mistake born out of pure frustration. They're tired, they can't sleep, so they reach for a quick fix. They try over-the-counter sleep aids or even prescription medications. And while those might knock you out, they often leave you feeling groggy, foggy, and even more drained the next day. It's not true restorative sleep. It's more like a chemically induced timeout. The critical mistake here is that they are treating the symptom, which is the sleeplessness, instead of addressing the root cause. And for so many men over 50, the root cause isn't a deficiency in sleeping pills. It's an overstressed, chronically activated nervous system that has simply forgotten how to power down. It's like trying to fix a noisy, overheating car engine by simply turning up the radio. You might drown out the sound for a little while, but you haven't done anything to fix the underlying mechanical problem. In fact, you might be making it worse. The real solution isn't about forcing your body into unconsciousness. It's about gently guiding your nervous system back to a state of calm so that deep, natural sleep can occur on its own. It's about working with your body, not against it. So why is the Shao Fu point, this little palace, so effective at solving this problem? The mechanism is beautifully simple and incredibly powerful. This point is a primary access point for harmonizing what we call the autonomic nervous system. This system has two main branches. The first is the sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight mode. It's what kicks in when you're stressed, anxious, or facing a threat. It floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline, jacks up your heart rate, and gets you ready for action. In the modern world, this system is turned on almost constantly. The second branch is the parasympathetic nervous system. This is your rest and digest mode. It's the all-clear signal that allows your body to relax, repair tissues, digest food, and crucially produce the hormones essential for a man's health, like testosterone. Stimulating the Xiao-Fu point acts like a master switch. It helps your body transition from that overactive, high-alert, fight-or-flight state into the calm, restorative, rest and digest state. By gently applying pressure here, you are sending a direct signal to your brain to stand down, to end the state of high alert. This allows your heart rate to slow, your breathing to deepen, and your muscles to release the tension you've been holding all day. This physiological shift is absolutely essential for your body to begin its nightly repair cycle. It's during this deep, parasympathetic state of sleep that your body clears out cellular waste, rebuilds muscle tissue, and most importantly, for our topic, optimizes its natural production of testosterone. Without this shift, your sleep remains shallow, and your body never gets the chance to truly recover and recharge, no matter how many hours you spend in bed. And again, this is not just a hopeful theory. This is grounded in solid, observable science. Numerous modern studies on the autonomic nervous system have confirmed that specific types of sensory stimulation, including acupressure, can tangibly trigger this parasympathetic response. A landmark study published in the Journal of Autonomic Neuroscience back in 2018 used heart rate variability, or HRV, as a direct measure of nervous system balance. Researchers found that the stimulation of specific acupressure points, including those on the heart meridian like Xiao-Fu, led to a statistically significant increase in parasympathetic activity. This wasn't subjective. The data showed that heart rates lowered and the nervous system physically shifted into a state of deep relaxation. This provides concrete scientific validation for what ancient healers have known for millennia. Gently activating this point on your hand does, in fact, send a powerful signal to your entire nervous system to calm down, to stand down, and to begin the process of deep restoration. It's a real, biological effect. Let me give you a simple analogy to make this crystal clear. Think of your brain's constant stream of thoughts, worries, and to-do lists as a worry radio that's always playing in the background. For many of us, that radio is stuck on a loud, chaotic news station, and the volume knob is broken. It's on full blast, all day and all night. Trying to sleep is like trying to have a quiet, peaceful dinner with that radio blaring in your ear. It's next to impossible. Activating the Xiao-Fu point is like finding a hidden dial on the back of that radio. It's the master volume control. When you gently massage this point, you are slowly but surely turning down the volume on that worry radio. The chaotic noise begins to fade into a gentle hum, and then into silence. It's only in that silence that your body can finally hear its own natural rhythms and cues, signaling that it's time to drift into the deep, uninterrupted, and truly restorative sleep that it has been craving all along. So, how do you find and use this little palace for yourself? It's just as easy as the first point. Once again, I want you to make that same loose, gentle fist. But this time, instead of looking at your middle finger, I want you to pay attention to where your little fingertip, your pinky, naturally touches your palm. It will likely be right on that main crease, just below the knuckle of your little finger. That small area, that is where Xiao-Fu resides. Just like before, take the thumb of your opposite hand. Apply a gentle, yet firm, pressure right on that spot. For this point, you can massage in those same small circles, or you might find that gentle up and down strokes feel more soothing. Either way is perfectly fine. Listen to your body. Spend another 1 to 2 minutes massaging this point on each hand. You might feel a sense of release, a wave of calm, or even just a subtle warmth. That's your nervous system responding. That's the volume on the worry radio beginning to turn down. Let's close this section with a crucial connection and a final thought. I want you to remember this. Quality sleep is absolutely non-negotiable for healthy testosterone production. It's during the deep phases of sleep that your body's hormone factory does its most important work. If you are not getting that deep sleep, you are shortchanging your body's ability to produce this vital hormone. There is a powerful synergy here. Using this point, the Shao Fu, or Little Palace, right after you've stimulated the Liaogong heart center from our first step, creates an incredible 1-2 punch against the daily stress that sabotages a man's health. The first point opens up the circulation and calms the heart. This second point quiets the mind and prepares the nervous system for deep rest. Together, they create the perfect internal environment for your body to do what it is naturally designed to do: heal, repair, and restore your vitality while you sleep. Think of them as a team working together to get you ready for the night. All right, gentlemen, if you have stayed with me this far, I want to congratulate you, because we have now arrived at the most overlooked and arguably the most powerful piece of this entire puzzle. This is the one you've been waiting for. We've talked about circulation, and we've talked about calming the nervous system. Now, we are going to talk about resetting your body's master clock. This final technique doesn't focus on a single, sharp point. Instead, we are targeting a region. It's known in reflexology as the pineal reflex point. And I have a special name for this one as well. I call it the master reset switch. The master reset switch for your sleep, for your hormones, and for your morning vitality. This is the technique that ties everything else together. It's the key that turns the well-oiled machine we've just serviced back on. If you are a man over 60 and you feel like your mornings just aren't what they used to be, this is the information you absolutely need to know. It's the missing link that so many men spend years searching for, often looking in all the wrong places. They look in supplement bottles, they look for expensive therapies, but they completely overlook the profound power that is, quite literally, sitting in the palm of their own hand. This is the technique that addresses the very rhythm of life itself, the deep internal clock that governs your energy and recovery. And that brings us to the biggest and most fundamental mistake I see men over 60 make. It's a mistake in perspective, a misunderstanding of how their own bodies work. They think that their declining testosterone levels and their poor, interrupted sleep are two separate, unrelated issues. They'll go to one doctor for a sleep aid and maybe another to ask about hormone therapy, treating them as if they exist in completely separate worlds. But the truth, the absolute biological truth, is that they are not separate issues at all. They are deeply, profoundly, and inextricably connected. You cannot fix one without addressing the other. Your body's peak production of testosterone happens during the deepest stages of sleep. If your sleep is shallow, fragmented, or constantly interrupted, you are quite literally robbing your hormonal factory of its most crucial production hours. The mistake, then, is trying to solve the testosterone problem without first solving the sleep problem. It's like trying to fill a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You can keep pouring more and more in, but you'll never get ahead until you plug the hole. This final technique, this master reset switch, is designed to plug that hole. It is designed to address both issues at their shared root. So, why is stimulating this specific region on your hand so powerful? What is the scientific mechanism at play here? It all comes down to its connection to a tiny, pea-sized gland located deep in the center of your brain. This gland is called the pineal gland, and despite its small size, it has a monumental job. The pineal gland is your body's master timekeeper. Its primary function is to sense light and darkness, and in response to produce and release a crucial hormone called melatonin. You've probably heard of melatonin as a sleep supplement, but its role is so much more profound than that. Melatonin is the hormone that dictates your entire sleep-wake cycle, what scientists call your circadian rhythm. When darkness falls, your pineal gland releases melatonin, which signals to every cell in your body that it's time to wind down, to prepare for rest, and to begin the nightly processes of repair and restoration. This reflex zone on your hand, according to the principles of reflexology, is the primary point that is intimately associated with the health and function of the pineal gland. By gently and consistently stimulating this area, you are, in essence, sending a gentle wake-up call, or perhaps a go-to-sleep call, to your body's master clock. You are helping to regulate its function, encouraging a more consistent and robust release of melatonin at the appropriate time. This, in turn, helps to reset your natural sleep patterns, encouraging deeper, more consistent, and truly restorative sleep. And when you achieve that kind of high-quality sleep, night after night, you create the perfect biological conditions for your body to optimize its own natural rhythm of testosterone production. It's a beautiful, cascading effect. Better pineal function leads to better melatonin production. Better melatonin leads to deeper sleep. And deeper sleep leads to healthier hormone balance and, as a result, improved morning vitality and the return of those welcome natural erections. And the science that backs this up is not new or controversial. It's a whole field of study. The entire field of chronobiology, the study of our internal biological clocks, confirms that our body's hormone production is not random. It follows a strict, predictable 24-hour cycle, a circadian rhythm. A landmark paper from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism detailed this process explicitly, showing that for healthy men, testosterone levels begin to rise during the night, peak in the early morning hours right around the time of waking, and then gradually decline throughout the day. This morning peak is directly tied to the duration and quality of the previous night's sleep. The research is crystal clear on this. Deep, regulated, uninterrupted sleep isn't just a nice-to-have for a man's hormonal health. It is an absolute non-negotiable requirement for this natural process to occur as it should. Stimulating this reflex point is a way to directly support the very foundation of that essential process. To help you visualize this, I want you to think of an old, magnificent grandfather clock, the kind with a big, swinging pendulum. When that pendulum is swinging in a smooth, steady, consistent rhythm, the clock keeps perfect time. Every gear inside turns exactly when it's supposed to, and the clock functions flawlessly. Now, imagine that over the years, that pendulum has been bumped and jostled. Its rhythm is off. It swings erratically. As a result, the entire clock is out of sync. It's running too fast, then too slow, and none of the gears are meshing correctly. Your body's internal clock, your circadian rhythm, is just like that pendulum. Stress, poor habits, and age can knock it out of its natural rhythm. Stimulating this pineal reflex point is like reaching in and giving that pendulum a gentle, steadying push. You're not forcing it. You are simply guiding it back to its natural, smooth, consistent rhythm. And once that master clock is keeping perfect time again, every other system in your body that depends on it, including your entire hormonal system, can finally get back in sync and run on its proper schedule. So let's locate this master reset switch. It's very easy to find. I want you to hold out your hand, palm up. Now, imagine a straight line extending from your ring finger down towards your wrist. On that line, go down about 2 finger widths from the base of your ring finger. You will find yourself in the soft, fleshy part of your palm. This general region, about the size of a quarter or a 1-inch square, is the pineal reflex zone. It's more of a subtle area rather than a sharp, distinct point like the other two. For this one, take your opposite thumb and apply a gentle but broad pressure. You are going to use a gentle, sweeping motion. You can use small circles or smooth downward strokes across this entire general area. The idea is to gently stimulate the whole region. Continue this for 1 to 2 minutes on each hand. It should feel soothing, and it's the perfect final step in this nightly ritual. And this brings me back to the story I promised you at the beginning. The story of my patient, Robert. He was 68, a retired teacher, and when he first came to see me, he was utterly skeptical and completely exhausted. He had tried everything, he told me, but he agreed to try these 3 simple techniques every night for just 2 weeks. When he came back for his follow-up, he was a different man. He was beaming, and his words to me were, "Doc, I'm not waking up feeling exhausted anymore. In fact, I'm waking up before my alarm feeling rested. And you're not going to believe this, but I'm actually seeing a return of those good old mornings." He was amazed, and he told me that it was focusing on this final reset switch every single night before bed that he felt made the biggest difference. It was the key that unlocked the benefits of the other 2. The secret sauce here, gentlemen, and the lesson from Robert's story, is consistency. This is not a magic pill. It is a practice, a gentle daily recalibration of your body's natural rhythms. So gentlemen, let's bring everything together. Today we've unlocked the incredible hidden power that you hold in your own 2 hands. We've discovered the heart center for boosting circulation and calming the mind. We've located the little palace for preparing your body for deep, restorative sleep. And we've activated the master reset switch to help recalibrate your hormones and reclaim your morning vitality. But as I always say in my practice, knowledge without action is just entertainment. It's not enough to just know this. You have to do it. So here is your simple 3-step action plan for this week. First, commit to a routine. That's it. Just decide to do it. I recommend about 5 minutes in the morning to get your blood flowing and another 5 minutes right before you turn out the lights at night to prepare for that deep sleep. Second, schedule it. Put a reminder on your phone. Write it on a sticky note and put it on your bathroom mirror. Make it a non-negotiable appointment with yourself. And third, for the next 7 days, just pay attention. Notice the small changes. Maybe you feel a little calmer. Maybe you fall asleep a little faster. Just notice. Now, I know exactly what some of you might be thinking right now. Doc, this seems too simple. Can something this easy really work? And I understand that skepticism. We've been taught that solutions have to be complicated or expensive to be effective. But the genius of this approach is its simplicity. This costs you nothing. It has no negative side effects, and it takes less time than it takes to brew a pot of coffee. Real, lasting change doesn't come from some giant, dramatic leap. It comes from small, consistent, daily steps, repeated over time. Trust the process. Your body has an incredible ability to heal and balance itself if you just give it the right tools. And remember why you're doing this. This isn't just about intimacy or about chasing some younger version of yourself. This is about reclaiming your vitality. Now, it's about having the energy to get on the floor and play with your grandkids without your back screaming at you. It's about having the confidence to take on that new project you've been putting off. It's about the simple dignity of waking up in the morning feeling rested, feeling capable, and feeling in control of your own body. Your future self is counting on the choices you make today. So, if you are committed to making a change, no matter how small, I invite you to join this community of men who are taking back control of their health. First, please give this video a thumbs up if it has been helpful to you. It truly helps the channel reach and help more men. And more importantly, I want you to make a public commitment to yourself. Go to the comments section right now and just type 2 simple words. Day 1. That's it. This isn't for me. This is your declaration that today is the day your journey begins. Let's support each other. Be sure to hit that subscribe button because you won't want to miss what's coming next. Thank you so much for investing your valuable time with me today. In the next video, we'll be exploring the 3 most surprising foods that can help support a man's circulatory health after 50. You won't want to miss it. Until then, stay well and stay vital.